Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 5 of The Burning Truth. I am Nathan Goff. So today's going to be a little bit of an awkward episode. We have one of us that is able, well and fit at this time of the year for a change, and then we have one of us which is ill, and I'll probably make about 10 minutes conversation for the whole episode, so in his words, you'll have to listen to an orangutan for the other 50 minutes of the episode, who doesn't make much sense. So in the immortal words of me, keeping up with my unorthodox way of doing this episode, a big fuck you to the bad boy of British wrestling, Matthew Burns, who's sitting beside me, who can just about whisper.
Funny. Very funny.
It's nice to see after nearly 30 years your balls have dropped. So the bad boy of British wrestling is ill, after a couple of ribbing days off me. He's dragged himself in for the recording. We were going to do a New Year special, which nearly got postponed because he did nearly lose his voice yesterday. It was quite refreshing to actually have a day where I didn't have to listen to him on the phone. Everything was done by text message. If I didn't want to answer him back, I could chuck my phone across the other end of the room.
Yeah, funny. Well, there's mine. It got to the point where it was like Mickey Mouse. I was like, yeah, that's it. I ain't speaking.
I almost sent him a goofy toy just as a complimentary piss take.
I think if you did that, I probably would have nicked the voice box out of it. Probably still would have sounded better.
So how's everything going on the land of funk? Have you packed your bags up and you're ready to move to Bad Boyville next?
I wouldn't say I'm quite ready to do that yet at the moment, but there's always going to be. There's always going to be the funk there. There's always going to be that. So I'd say more or less in between.
The in between. So yeah, it's been a busy week for one of us. I've guessed which one it's been a busy week for, and it isn't
the wrestler.
It isn't the wrestler for once. I've been absolutely manic with work projects. It's been quite different. It's been quite different. I haven't really had a loopy season before, but this has been close to loopy. You've actually shadowed me today, and I have actually been extremely
workhorse.
Yeah, I've basically just jumped on the bandwagon of actually doing something for once.
Pretty much, but although it's you're sort of been very, very busy, it's sort of been nice to see the projects that you've been working on.
Yeah. A couple of them wrestling related, a couple of them pool related as I'm moving up in both organisations. Well, I say both organisations and both walks of business.
Yeah.
It's a few projects that we're both working on for the wrestling business together for next year, and then I'm working on some individual projects with a passion I enjoy, which is pool in the Staffordshire region.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
But now, seeing as this is the end of year podcast episode, normally most podcasts would say, oh, let's do like an award ceremony and whatnot. But however, this is technically
it's the 20 no, it isn't the 20 something. It is the it's the 22nd episode. This would be,
I believe, yeah.
It'd be the 22nd, or actually the 23rd if you count the specials that I've done on my own.
Yeah. Potentially.
Because I've done a couple of specials. The podcast one will be done. I'm just making some tweaks to it. I might even record it when Matt's balls finally pick up off the floor and go back in his voice box. And we might do it together to review the CM Punk one. If anyone's got any thoughts of where Brock Lesnar's going after WrestleMania season, please head us up with them. There's a choice of 3.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Bellator, UFC or WWE. Now, if I was Brock, I'd do the sensible thing and stay with the E.
Stay with the WWE.
Yeah.
Best thing you could do.
Because if he goes to UFC, he might end up in a box. If he goes to Bellator, it'll be like fighting a little Japanese person where he just pounds her head on the floor.
It'll either be too easy for him, but to be honest with you, with the WWE sort of take care of his illness, the illness that he's got.
Yeah.
They work around it, which is not many companies are willing to do that.
No.
Where in UFC, he's having to, you'd have to endure it and whatnot. The second you become a champion, you might be there every fight. you don't turn up, you then got to have an interim.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that most MMA companies would get tired of having an interim champion all the time. Constantly popping up, wouldn't they?
Yeah. If you're wondering why I'm a little bit quiet at the moment, I'm just searching through pictures on Google just because I've got a couple of mates while he talks to you.
Way
And
too much time.
I've actually found quite a funny picture of Paige saying that she's a T-Rex. And if T-Rexes come like that, I want one of my New Year stocking.
Funny. I'm pretty sure you'll be uploading that picture to the Facebook page.
Yeah, if I can copy it straight from here, if I can figure out how to use this iPad properly, then yeah, that will be going on to the to the Facebook page as we're recording this. So keep your eyes out for that. If I can find any more funny ones, just to perk the end of 2014 up, because Lord knows we need to pick me up. So but we're going to do a couple of awards as I've just heard.
They're not awards, I'd say.
Honourable mentions, awards. You can call it whatever you want. Unfortunately, we don't have a Slammy to give out to people, but we have our honourable mentions, which, if you get an honourable mention in this, you should feel blessed, because it's not often we praise something.
Well, depends on what the category is, because we do have some whoopsie-daisy ones.
We even have a holy shit moment, I think.
Yeah.
So do you want to discuss the first category? Because I've figured out how to upload this onto the
first category
onto the Facebook page.
I believe that would be match of the year.
Yes. So I'll start it off, and then you can argue with me if you want to argue with me. You probably won't. Mine is from NXT, which is the 2 out of 3 falls match, which is Sami Zayn versus Cesaro. We're having a conversation about this, and he didn't really understand why I wanted this one until I said why.
No. I thought to myself, at first I didn't think he was going to include the NXT. But then as soon as you mentioned it, it's like, yeah, you've got to. Definitely. Match of the year.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
So
if anybody hasn't seen it, where have you been?
And if you haven't seen it, go look at Paul Heyman's interview about that match afterwards.
Absolutely phenomenal match. Shows how talented both wrestlers are.
And I can't wait for Sami Zayn to come up to the main roster. With matches like that, he will be a solid mid-carder.
Mid-carder?
He isn't ready for the main event yet, but he'll be a nice mid-carder. I wouldn't say main event,
I'd say possibly up the higher side.
Yeah.
You never know. But anyway, that would be our match of the year. Would you care to mention the next category?
The next category is the holy shit moment of the year.
Ooh.
So I'll let you go for this one first.
HS moment of the year. Just so I can be kid-friendly. Mine has to be from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. The world's greatest tag team versus the Young Bucks. Guerrilla Warfare. Oh my god, the super kick with the thumbtacks pointing outwards. That's all I'll say. And wait to see the aftermath of that match. All I'll say is one person, you'll just take one look at them and you'll just think, they definitely need stitches. What's yours?
My holy shit moment of the year, and this is actually quite different, because normally I don't really mark out for holy shit moments, is John Cena throwing the steel steps at Bray Wyatt.
Oh, that was shocking.
And them actually hitting him. You know, I've watched that spot for at least 5 or 6 years. I know he's done it before, but it's
Big Show.
Well, it wasn't done for about 6 or 7 years. People had forgot about it, and then I actually saw it, and I'm like, holy shit! Like, they've actually took it this time, because normally, like, you go through it and they just move to the side.
Yeah.
But it actually looked like he just threw a football. He threw it that effortlessly. It was like he just threw a football at him.
And what made it so scary is it looked like Bray didn't even see it coming.
No, but that whole last man standing match, in all fairness, was a holy shit moment altogether.
It was a good match.
Yeah.
Good match.
It was a good match, but that was my holy shit moment because I hadn't seen anything like that for quite a while.
Can't wait for... No, I really can't. And now I really need to show you that my HS moment of the year.
So yes, we have our superstar of the year, which I think we might both agree on.
Go on.
My superstar of the year is in first place. Is Dean Ambrose.
Ooh.
In second place, it's a close choice, but it would be Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler hasn't had the full year like Dean Ambrose has had, where Dean Ambrose has been brilliant all year.
But then again, take into account who he's been up against.
Yeah. It's just been a quality year by Dean Ambrose.
Where you put Dean Ambrose first, Dolph behind, I switch them round. I think Dolph has been on performance, regardless.
It was a bit dull in the first half of the year, which is creative's fault more than anything, but it was...
But not his.
Yeah.
Anything that he did do was top notch. He made it look brilliant.
Yeah, but that was that, and then the Diva of the Year. I know we both, female wrestler of the year. I know we're not going to agree here, so I'm not going to argue.
Why is that?
Because yours will be Candice LeRae, is it?
Yeah.
And mine is Paige.
Well, actually, it's hard because for me, I have to split it down to two categories. Mainstream, Paige, independent, Candice LeRae.
But yours would be Candice LeRae is because she's wrestling men.
It's not just that.
How many matches has she had against females?
Dozens.
Good matches against females.
Dozens. She can still have good matches against females.
But most of her matches at the moment are against men.
On the mainstream side of the independents, it is. It looks that way. But how many girls do you know that can do that? No, true. Some of them would, but some of them haven't put themselves through as much as what she has.
Like, if you put Natalia, for instance, up against some of the talents in NXT, the male talents, like Pac, Cesaro even, her husband TJ, or people like that, she could have a 5-star match with them.
True.
Where,
I'm not discounting. It's not because she wrestles men.
But
it's not.
Yeah, no. But the reason I wouldn't say that she's been the Diva of the Year, like she's a breakout star as such, because what she's doing is revolutionary. No. Like it hasn't been done for at least a decade.
What
properly.
I mean is, if you notice what I said, I'm splitting that category for me. She's on the independent side, Paige on the mainstream.
Yeah.
Paige definitely because, come on, she debuted. Bump. Instant title.
Like, Paige give us one of the best Diva feuds since Lita and Trish Stratus.
Or Trish and Mickey James.
Yeah, but that's a decade. It's like a decade-old feud.
It's been a long while since we've had one of feuds.
Yeah, which is why she is my choice for female wrestler of the year.
Yeah.
Where... I can understand why you've chosen her, because from what I've seen, she's awesome, but she looks like she's about 20 years too... She's trying to bring something back that's nearly 20 years past.
Potentially, but...
You know, because if she did that in the WWE would get slaughtered.
Oh, yeah.
Because, it's seen as domestic abuse.
True, but... and it's hard to explain.
This is actually a good conversation we can have now if your voice will last.
Go for it.
Why in the 90s no one gave a shit when China was being, beat from pillar to post by Mark Henry? It was it was greener than Rob Van Dam's marijuana.
Ooh.
Whereas now, you can't even have a male and a female interact with each other on screen, and even in a kicking thing.
Yeah.
Like, early 2000s, we had the first male versus female tag team match, which was Jericho and Christian versus Lita and Trish Stratus.
Yes, but they would not allow the men wrestle the women.
Yeah, they did. It was...
Well, what do you mean mixed? Proper mixed?
It was Chris Jericho and Christian
No, I thought
versus...
the women wearing...
No, it was Christian and Christian.
I know you're on about now.
I think it was at Backlash or Vengeance.
I think it might have been Vengeance.
Let's have a look. I'll pull it up, but we'll keep talking. Whereas now, like, when we had Beth Phoenix, for example, Beth Phoenix would have been a nice 6-7 minute match if she just pounded Santino around the ring. But they wouldn't let it because it was domestic violence, where it would have been domestic violence against Santino because Beth Phoenix had more muscles than Santino had fucking muscles.
No, but was it Santino? Or was it Santina?
Yeah, but it's just stupid where we're at now, where we know it's scripted.
Yeah.
Where the men can't fight the women in a play fight. Because and this is me not putting like a knife in the business, but me just being me. Everyone knows it's scripted theatre, and if you don't understand that part of the business, then wake up.
True.
We're supposed to suspend belief, but this is like a male's version of Emmerdale Coronation Street or something like that. It's scripted, but we suspend belief to be entertained. Whereas most people are kind of forgetting that you're supposed to suspend your belief and it's supposed to take morals. If they're supposed to take morals, then, they shake hands before the match, they won't hit them in the face, they wouldn't drop them on their head, they won't hit them with a weapon. So just.
So basically ROH.
Yeah. It's just, sometimes it's gone too far because it's now a publicly traded company.
It's political correctness that
Gone wrong.
Yeah, that gets involved a lot of the time. But they've got to play to their own viewership. Each wrestling company's got its own company, its own style, its own crowd, as you say. As you saw from coming to some of my shows.
Yeah.
If you notice though, each crowd
Armageddon.
you've seen...
Armageddon 2003.
3, yeah. So we were actually wrong. But we sort of did get the match right.
Yeah, and it was also done on the Raw in 2003 on the 15th of the 12th.
Yep.
So 10 days before Christmas, 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was there. Actually, I've never seen that one, the Raw one, I don't think, or if I have, I forgot about it.
You'll have to check up on it.
Yeah, so that was that one. But at times, I think wrestling's come to a point where it's trying to be, too much of...
But that depends on which company you're watching.
Political correctness, yeah.
That depends on which company you're watching. It varies from time to time because, yes, man, yada yada yada, but it's very difficult because each company's got its own market.
Just a point for me. Did we go through a point where women used to cover the bodies up more then than they do now, but actually wrestle more? For those of you that are wondering, I'm just at the moment just trying to load some stuff up on YouTube just to catch up on some memories of what the matches were like back 10, 11 years ago when men wrestled females. I've actually got a new toy to play with at the moment,
and it's using it to its full capability.
Yeah, whereas actually I think Lita might have just proved that point wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, actually she hasn't.
No.
Yeah. They did actually wear more back then than they did now.
Potentially.
Because half of them can't even... Well, the ballers can't even find a pair of shorts that just about come past their arse.
And one of them keeps having a nipple slap.
Yeah. It's just a shame it's the one with no boobs. So, yeah. So, it's been quite different, but, it's just one of them where things are... The times are changing, I guess.
Well, no, I wouldn't say times are changing. They've changed.
Yeah.
Which is going to happen.
Yeah, which they are. So that's that one. And we wanted to just have the last category we wanted to talk about, or last honourable mention, is the botch of the year.
Oh, good Lord. Good Lord.
So, Matt's got a great one from the Independents over here in good old jolly England.
Oh, good lord.
And mine is the John Cena Honour Honour that looks like a modified Canadian destroyer.
On himself.
Yeah.
That's yours. I believe that will be against CM Punk.
Yeah. CM Punk or just about whoever he's faced. You know, it's if he's done it this year, then it's...
Yeah.
It's just not.
It doesn't look safe.
No.
And we don't mean safe as in on the victim. We mean on for him.
Yeah. You know, it looks like a modified Canadian destroyer, which is quite different. Yeah, he did do it. He did it on Cesaro this year.
Yes.
Luckily, Cesaro's neck is quite strong, but it does look like a Canadian destroyer.
Dunk.
On himself.
He just kills himself with that.
Yeah, it's...
the CM Punk one was 2013, wasn't it?
Yeah, where's the first we go? So he's broken out of that. Cesaro kicks him in the bollocks.
Punch. Jump up. With Cesaro, it looks better.
Yeah.
Cesaro's got the belt to do it. Punk, he's not... doesn't look right. For me, my botch of the year has to be from a show at Slam. It's me and Big Tim Burns against 2K and CJ or Corey Johnson. The sequence, there was a moment where they're fighting back. They both run at the ropes. Both of them are meant to bounce off the ropes. Unfortunately, Corey didn't come back. He sort of just continued on through the ropes. Well, straight through the ropes, landed on the announce table, looked at the announcer, the ring announcer, and was like, what? And I'm having to stand in the middle of the ring, looking at him going, what the hell, where is he? He was just gone. I couldn't believe it.
So who was that against?
That was Corey Johnson and 2K. I see what you're looking at now.
I'm just trying to find it now just to see if we can find his reaction.
It's supposed to be on there.
Okay, well, I'll keep looking at that while we're talking about some other things. So there are honourable mentions for the year. So now we're recording this on a Tuesday for some god-forbidding reason.
Wow.
Well, it's a lot. It was either today or tomorrow, but both of us will be too pissed up tomorrow to do it, so we went for today.
Yeah.
So
and we'll have the time to get the recording out.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about Raw.
Oh, good lord.
And by that reaction, one of us is going to have a rant.
Good lord.
And
you go first.
It isn't me that's going to have a rant this time, folks.
You go first.
A little bit disappointed. If that's the way you're going around 2014, fucking Lord knows 2015 better have a good start.
All I'm going to say is, I actually think this is going to make me voice.
Yeah, that show, if your only purpose for having Edge was so you could bring the authority back, I wouldn't have bothered having Edge and Christian. It's too early. We haven't even gone 6 weeks. You know, we haven't seen anything of Triple H until now. You know, when in the 90s, if Austin couldn't get on Raw, did you not see him on Raw?
Exactly.
But you know, to kick John Cena, like, beat him up or something. Yeah. They haven't even done nothing on screen. Where's the build? All you've had is Seth Rollins moaning that he misses the authority.
You keep going. You seem like you're on a roll.
You know, just... Where's the build? There is no build. And then you have Brock Lesnar come out at the end of Raw with Stephanie and Triple H and Paul Heyman. I'm like, where the fuck is the logic in this? You know, it's 6 weeks since you've had Sting appear. We haven't even seen Sting since. You know, he may lose his attraction, Vince said, but he hasn't got an attraction to lose if he isn't there. So, you know, there's a balance. I understand that. But to find your balance, you've got to use him more to know when you're overusing him. Brock Lesnar's being used, is right. As much as a pain to say it, he feels special as a champion, which is nice.
Yeah.
The feud,
like how they used to.
yeah. It's just one of them, I would have liked to see it gone past the Royal Rumble. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, have Rollins come in, maybe cost him the Royal Rumble afterwards. Cena enters the Rumble, Rollins has just been eliminated, and after that, and he just keeps on doing that up until a couple of Raws before the Elimination Chamber, and John Cena brings him back on one condition.
Potentially, but it wasn't like that.
No. What? Back in the day, though, it would have been done properly, not...
Shall we get this out of the way?
So, you have your rant, because he's been waiting for this, folks. He has really been waiting for this.
Right. My rant is, okay, great seeing Edge and Christian. Great way to merge their talk show. What was it? The Cutting Edge Peep Show?
Yeah.
Good idea. Just about to do the photography and interruption. Great. And Cena. Yada yada yada. So forth, so forth. It was just, didn't seem right. They seemed to be missing that little extra beat. And then, what else did we have? Oh, that was it. The Miz. The Miz and Sandow, tag team champions, fought hard, won a ton of pay-per-view. Come to the end of the year, Raw, bye-bye titles, on a Raw, episode of Raw. Most of the time that is a very rare commodity, but it's gone straight back to the Usos. Why have they been hyping up this big, massive feud between Miz and one of the Usos from Raw? They're going for the titles. Why not have the Miz and Sandow steal it by either getting DQ'd or something? Save it for the big match feel. Not on Raw.
They don't have to now, because everything costs $9.99 whenever you watch SmackDown, Raw, Royal Rumble, NXT. They've basically got you by the balls and saying, you know what?
We want.
Yeah, we can do what we want. They're on the way, and this is going to pain me to say this. I will agree with Mark Madden.
Yeah.
And this pains me, couldn't earth.
Ooh.
But you can't change anything if people still drink the Kool-Aid.
I get that. I get what you mean. I get what you mean with that.
But
the problem is...
The reason WWF, whatever, changed in the 90s is because they nearly went out of business.
They had competition.
And
real competition.
Yeah. Whereas now, they're not going to change anything while TNA can't string together 1 million viewers.
They can't even seem to keep an actual network channel.
No. So, things aren't going to change while we're still watching. And as much as it pains me to say, we need another wrestling company to come up and step up.
Absolutely.
But at the moment, the closest competition WWE's got is its developmental.
Yeah. But that's within itself.
Yeah. Because New Japan Pro Wrestling is a different continent.
Yeah.
Which isn't put on telly in America, I don't think.
Nope. Oh. I think it is, but you have to sort of look for it.
Yeah, it isn't put... It used to be over here, because we used to have an actual channel dedicated to wrestling. It was every wrestling promotion you could think of, apart from WWE.
And then it quickly went missing.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
You could... That's how I originally found TNA.
Yeah.
It used to have TNA, CZW.
That would be the wrestling channel.
Yeah.
Which then became the Fight Network. And then all of a sudden, the wrestling disappeared. And then they had more MMA and other garbage on it.
Yeah. But it was awesome. I got to watch Abyss for 5 hours a week. Abyss was like Kane in the 90s. And
it was awesome, man.
Yeah. Abyss was a monster. But it just needs, like, a jab in the arm again.
Yeah, it does. But, like, let's get back onto the Abysmal Raw.
The Abysmal Raw. Is that what we're calling it?
It's the Black Market Raw. I don't care what they say. Now, to me, okay, that's out the way. Tag team champions, straight away, given away. Great. And you have Miz whining, complaining,
as usual,
demanding a rematch. Now, technically,
the champions, shouldn't that be in their contract?
yes.
A title shot whenever they want it.
Yes. And they should be able to claim it back.
Yeah.
What did he get?
The Ascension.
The Ascension. Hang on. The Miz and Sandow against the Ascension. And Miz and Sandow have already had a match. Lost the tag team titles. And now going up against the debuting, supposedly, Monster tag team. They've just debuted the supposed big Monster tag team heels by having one of the greatest tag teams in WWE history announce them, take on heels themselves. So they've just done a heel versus heel. Not at the time.
Heel versus heel / babyface.
Oh yeah, because it's Sandow, yeah, of course.
But as I said to you earlier, and you might want to listen to this response very closely, viewers. There is no heels and babyfaces in WWE anymore.
Get bent. I do not care.
I promise you, those weren't the 2 words that he said to me earlier. It was a little bit stronger than that.
Yes, but I'm trying to be PG as much as I can, even with the bad voice. But all I'll say is there has to be heel and faces. Otherwise, there's no storytelling.
You can just imagine Vince backstage. Hunter, God damn it, I'm going to tear this book up. I'm fed up of doing heels versus faces. You know what? Fuck it. They can be what they want. We'll put them against each other, and I'll create my own ways of doing things.
Yeah, and guess what, Vince? You're losing money.
God damn it. There's no fucking competition anyway. I can do what I want, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my ass, god damn it.
Or, you can continue to kiss his ass because you're paying for it for $9.99.
How much?
$9.99.
Is that it?
$9.99.
How much is it in the UK? Fuck knows 99.
No one knows because we're still waiting.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Your second biggest market and you can't be off. Now, don't take offence in Canada because I do class you as part of America. I shouldn't, but I do.
Ooh.
You might not like it, but both of you get the network and you could probably get it at the same time as each other if you wanted to. Whereas I put Canada and America together because they're on the same fucking part of a map.
World.
Yeah. Like, you've got America and it's 50 odd states, and then after you got Canada just on the next part of the map. You might as well just merge as one. You fucking share a hockey league anyway, so God knows. So that's fine. So that's why I class you as one. So this is the second biggest market. If you want to be classed separately, then England and Canada can fight it out for the second most dominant market.
Fair enough. But even so, we can still fight for it.
Yeah.
But Canada need to fight for it because they got it.
Supposedly.
But this could be just fingers being pointed here and there. But anyway.
If Vince wanted to, he could just go to Sky. Right, this is what I'm doing on the network. Can you create me Sky Sports 6 and put it as WWE Network?
Straight away. Okay, then more business. Why not?
If you want to advertise it as $14.99, I don't care. Put it as $14.99. You take £5 of that a month. We'll take the 10. Or we'll take £7.50 each and have it done with.
Yeah. Split the difference.
Yeah.
Because they still make the money up.
Yeah.
They still gain the profits.
A bit of something is better than a whole load of nothing.
Correct. But the madness still continues.
Yeah. So
anyway,
back to Raw.
Back onto lackluster Raw. So basically, they just killed any momentum that the Ascension have had.
Yeah.
Great. Now let's get on to the main business. That would be the return.
Yeah.
Would you care to mention this before I explode?
This was probably one of the only highlights that I've had of Raw. Daniel Bryan.
Ah, yes.
There's 2 returns, both well, one was supposedly bad news, and the other one was good news that was given out on Twitter as maybe being bad news. Did you see the Twitter thing yesterday?
Yes.
So, we'll talk about Daniel Bryan's first. Daniel Bryan's returned. He's announced he's going to be at the Royal Rumble. Now,
yes.
I feel sorry for Roman Reigns at this point in time.
Yes.
Because there's only going to be one person that the fans want in the main event of WrestleMania.
And it's going to be Daniel Bryan.
And if he isn't, Roman Reigns could soon get the Batista treatment.
Again.
Yeah.
At least it won't be as bad as the Mysterio treatment.
Oh, the Mysterio treatment. Yeah, but I actually do feel sorry for Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
But I'm going out and saying it now. Reigns will win the Rumble and the fans will turn on him.
Yeah.
Because now that Daniel Bryan's back, they're going to want Daniel Bryan win the Royal Rumble, go on to headline WrestleMania again, and hopefully not get injured.
The only way they can get round this, potentially, is if they put him into another feud.
Doesn't Daniel Bryan get a title rematch? He
You
never
could
lost the title.
You could argue it.
In all fairness to him, this is where the WWE needs to start using logic. He never lost the title. So, and I understand what the counter-argument to this is. Yes, Nathan, he never lost the title, but do you want to put him against Brock Lesnar and have Brock Lesnar crush him and crush any momentum he gets? Well, if the counter-argument to this is, how did you beat last year's WrestleMania?
Straight away. No. You just said it straight away. Put Bryan against Lesnar. Bryan is going to get cheered more for being a bigger underdog.
The ultimate underdog versus the ultimate ass-kicking machine.
And then you got Lesnar, who's going to get more heat, period, because he's going to look like he's going to go out there to kill him.
If I was booking WWE, Lord forbid I'm not, I would hold the Roman Reigns push. He can't cut a promo yet.
No, the mic work seems to be getting jip off Vince McMahon for not putting Roman Reigns over, like how everybody else is.
But he can't cut a promo. It's basically the Diesel of 2014. When Diesel won his first world title.
But then again, Diesel didn't need to talk.
No, but when he did, he compared himself to Bret Hart.
Ooh. Ouch.
So who's Roman Reigns going to compare himself to? Shawn Michaels?
Oh, good lord. Or maybe a family relative.
He isn't the most electrifying person. He's good. He's got potential.
Let me just point this out. Not all qualities of wrestlers get passed down through family.
No, just ask Ted DiBiase.
Oh, you have to go there. You have to go there.
Yeah. But it's one of them. If I was booking WrestleMania, I'd have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins.
Good clean match.
If you want to have Roman Reigns win it, he can win it because Seth Rollins has got something there that no matter if he wins, loses, draws, pisses, shits, whatever he does, up until the time that it comes to it, he could get beaten by Santino and then he's got like an instant slate wiper there. It's called Money in the Bank. So WrestleMania moment as a single star.
Yep.
And then in a couple of months, or even on the same night.
On WrestleMania.
Yeah. Rollins could have his WrestleMania moments. Yeah. Yes, I lost to Roman Reigns, but have a guess what I am now.
Exactly. And that would shock and awe.
Yeah. You know, how pissed off well, I say pissed off, how much of a turn would that be? Like, something from left field. Have Daniel Bryan beat Brock Lesnar, who might be leaving to go MMA anyway, and then have Seth Rollins cash in at WrestleMania. You know, take your feel-good moment. It'd be the closest thing that we've had to Austin siding with Vince at WrestleMania 17. So it'd be quite a nice little moment that would be seen there on the grandest stage. And it'd be nice because all we get at the moment is feel-good moments at the end of WrestleMania.
You get the feel-good moment. You get it, but then...
Apart from WrestleMania 26, which the main event was Shawn Michaels, his last match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but we haven't had a bad ending to a WrestleMania for 5 years.
No, we haven't, but...
You know, like if you don't want the show to go out on a dull moment, stick Sting against Triple H as your main event.
Yeah. You know, to sort of actually get rid of the actual authority proper.
Yeah, you know, but like, I've Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins could come out the next night, cut a promo. I don't need the authority anymore. I am the authority.
I am your world heavyweight champion, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. So there you go. Like, you can have your up and downs at WrestleMania. Oh, God. Just sign me up now, Vince. 100 grand a year, I'm yours. You know, you can take Kevin Dunn. You know, Jim Cornette would have someone else moan about for once. But yeah, you know, there's just so much that could be done, and yet I don't think they're going to make the right decision.
No, they're not. Anyway, moving back to lackluster Raw, I keep making mention of it. The ending. This one.
Well, you want to talk about Bad News Barrett's return?
Well, there is that. That intrigued me. They got him back against Cesaro. Now, why have they got another heel versus heel? As you say, Vince McMahon says there's no heels or faces.
What's the reasons?
One or two things are either going to happen. Either Bad News Barrett's going to get talked again, or I will get behind somebody. Regardless of whatever you say. If the crowd gets behind you, you're a face. If you don't, you're heel. Vince, regardless of if you say there's no heels or faces, the crowd pick who they want to cheer and who they want to boo.
Yeah.
So regardless, you've got heels, faces, and the Cena, which is the tweener.
But it's... Yeah, so I'll let you finish up on lackluster Raw.
Which is the ending now, the worst part. Now, this part angered me the most. The reason why is we had recently, a few months ago, one of the biggest pay-per-views, Survivor Series, to get rid of the authority. And if the authority came back, blah, 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 if they won, they would be firing people left, right and centre.
Yeah.
Guess who's back already? The authority.
What?
The authority are back.
What?
Yeah. My point exactly. Why are they back so soon? And how did they come back? Go on.
This is the stupidest way possible. They basically just crowded Edge and threatened to break his neck. You know, you're supposed to run a Be a Star campaign. And yet there, you threaten a man with paralysis.
Yep.
There you go. You know, don't bully people. And then that night on Raw, kids tune in, and you've got Seth Rollins threatening to paralyse something.
To paralyse Edge. Want to use a pleasure in his own right. Which, it was shocking. Especially seeing as Cena and Edge used to hate each other.
Yeah.
But Edge has shown he's willing to tolerate Cena and Cena vice versa.
Yeah, you know.
There's a common respect between enemies, but you get that. But what was so stupid is how they did it. As soon as they announced it, Triple H and Stephanie come flying out from the back.
Yeah, with champagne.
With champagne. Why were they there? If I recall, didn't Vince say if they were not meant to be on the show in charge, that they would be in the main office?
Yeah.
So why were they there already so soon?
They must have relocated Stanford to wherever they were for a night. You know, Titan Towers got picked up and put in the middle of fuck knows where.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just...
Wouldn't that just have erased all the Survivor Series?
Yeah.
So right now, Triple H, if he wanted to, Ryback, fired. This guy, fired. Dolph, stripped and fired.
Sting? Who's Sting?
He hasn't got a contract with us. Goodbye.
Yeah. Who? Sting? Who? Ah, I don't know him. You know, like, you could just see Triple H backstage, you know. If anyone's ever seen Lord of the Rings with Gollum, he was just stroking the shovel going, the precious. You know, it's just backwards
already,
at times.
Triple H has managed to use his shovel without actually using himself.
Yeah.
It's appalling. It's appalling the way he got back. And I know you're all going to be thinking, why are you moaning? This is going to be leading up to Sting versus Triple H. Yeah, okay, you can say that. But they could have still led up to Sting versus Triple H. Still. Cena could turn around and, you know, eventually, if Triple H is definitely trying so hard, Cena could turn around and says, tell you what, do your deal. You versus Sting. If you win, I'll give you your job back. Sting wins, you never come
You know, because it's just going to be like WrestleMania, bang, right, Triple H versus Sting, power of the authority, because that's the only way the authority is going to disappear, but the stipulation will be something like, if I win, the authority doesn't come back. I won't bring you back. Like, you won't have a stipulation where you can bribe me to bring you back. You just won't come back. Which will be their stipulation for WrestleMania, and Triple H's will be, if I win, you don't wrestle again. Which, in all fairness to Sting, he probably won't wrestle again, even if he wins. No, it's just...
Unless if Cena put his career on the line or something. But then we'd know who'd be winning. Or something along them lines. Regardless of what it is, they need to think ahead of what they are doing. Please, for God's sake, think, WWE, think!
Yeah, it's just, sometimes, they're trying to overcomplicate things for just the sheer idiocy of it. And it's just pointless at times.
They don't need to do it, you know. And I've heard this term, this saying a lot of. Keep it simple. It's the acronym is normally KISS.
Keep it simple, stupid. But
too simple, stupid.
Yeah. So so far, like, you've had an episode where we're both disappointed.
It's a bit of a shame to be so down for this one. What would you say?
Yeah, it is a shame. It is a really big shame. But never mind. It's just one of them where sometimes we're going to have to be disappointed.
Of course, it is. But we have got some funny news.
Go on then.
TNA.
You haven't bought me a stripper for the live show, have you?
No.
Well, that's what TNA stands for, tits and ass. You mean Impact?
Yes, Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling have basically decided, again, to put on the best of TNA.
Yeah.
And as we all know, that's been going on for over a month now.
Yeah.
At least next week, we may actually get some wrestling from TNA. Will it be decent? Who knows? We'll have to see.
I hope so. My wrestling New Year's resolution is to give TNA a chance in 2015.
That's your resolution?
Yeah.
To give them a chance?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If they fuck it up, it's their problem, but...
Well, I know which one you'll be rooting for already. Because everybody knows that you're not the biggest TNA fan.
I don't mind TNA.
You've got some good wrestlers.
Yeah.
But the only question I've got is, seeing as we've been talking about WrestleMania, there is one man we haven't mentioned in a while.
Go on.
Undertaker.
Yeah. Who's he going to face at WrestleMania?
And is he going to be up for it?
Yeah.
Because he seems to be getting older and more weird, with it. Is he going to be up for it, or is Brock going to be his last one? What do you believe?
I reckon Brock Lesnar will be his last match, but he'll be at this WrestleMania.
So you think he'll retake on Brock?
Yes. If Brock's going out this year, then I think Undertaker will face Brock Lesnar. Undertaker supposedly said yes to a WrestleMania match.
Well, then if that's the case, then I highly doubt Brock will be the champ then. If he's facing Taker. Because if you think about it, you can't really see him having the title if he's going to be leaving.
No.
So who would you have having the title then? You're going to say Cena, aren't you?
No.
Who would you give the title to?
Rollins.
Potential.
Rollins and have Daniel Bryan versus Rollins at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns should not be in the title picture yet.
Not yet. You never know. You can see the feud with... Here's one thing that we haven't mentioned, but I've got to mention it now.
Go on.
I didn't mention it over Raw. Right.
Yeah.
Does not seem to be ending.
No. Ambulance match.
Ambulance is just going to be... Them pair are going to have to each other that much. They didn't even need to take it for a buried alive match.
No. Like, they should just let him go for 3 stages of hell.
Oh, that'd be a good way to end that feud.
Just a funny, Nemi.
You mean Mame?
Yeah. So yeah, is there any honourable mentions you'd like to mention for next year that you want?
Honourable mentions.
Yeah.
Always keep an eye out on British wrestling, local wrestling, like as such, EDW, United Wrestling, Colwyn County Wrestling, which is in Wales, SWA. There's plenty of wrestling that's out there. So please, folks, keep your eye out for them. Shows like that, they're phenomenal.
Yeah, and your predictions for 2015?
Predictions for 2015? Depends on, you mean WWE wise?
Yeah.
I'm going to say predictions. Daniel Bryan's have another run.
Yeah.
With the title. Roman Reigns to eventually reach the mountain.
Yeah.
Cena to have another run to finally break the record. Lesnar to leave. And Ambrose to turn heel.
Okay. My predictions for 2015 are Sting headlines the Hall of Fame class of 2015.
Good call.
Ryback wins the title in August, September time, in the down period, has a shot at the title and wins it. We see a bra and panties match at some time in 2015.
Can't see that happening.
We can hope.
Hope.
Yeah.
Well, it ain't happening.
But if it does, I'll be right. John Cena gets engaged to Nikki Bella against all his moanings of the last couple of years. I reckon on Total Divas Season 4 he'll propose to her. Bad News Barrett wins the Intercontinental title for the 9th time. Well, how many other times is what it feels like he's had it forever. But Bad News Barrett will win the title. The Intercontinental title.
So I'd say.
Lana finally owns up that she's Canadian and that her name spells anal instead of Lana. And The Rock wrestles at some point in 2015.
Yeah. That'd be safe bets. Some of them. Some of them are out of this world.
There's only one of them out of this world.
Which one do you think that one is?
The Bro and Panties match. You know, Lorna is Canadian.
Yeah, I'm on about the name switch part.
I reckon The Rock will bring it up. Like, it'll just split out and then Vince will be there going, wow, edit the tape, edit the tape.
Not PG, not PG.
You can just imagine it'd be like an episode of Angry Kid. Mum, what's a butt plug?
Oh, good lord.
For those of you that don't know, Angry Kid is a little cartoon.
A web series.
Yeah, it's a web series done by Joe Pasquale, which is an English comedian.
Pasquale did his voice.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
It was done by Joe Pasquale. If you've never watched it, give us a listen. But, like, you can just imagine all the kids at home going, Mum, what does anal mean?
Oh, good lord.
And you can just, and I guarantee you,
No,
at some point in the world, there'll be a dad there going, well, son or daughter, if your mum gave anal, you wouldn't be here today.
Or they could now possibly say, let's go to WWE and look at Lana.
Yeah. So are my predictions for 2015. We do apologise it's a longer episode today.
Put that down to me.
Yeah. It's just that Matt's voice wouldn't last for longer than an hour.
You can already hear it breaking already.
So that's it from me. You know where to catch us now. On Facebook, I'm Nathan Goff. You can catch Matt on...
Well, you've got Matt Burns UK on Facebook. You've got Matt Bad Boy Burns on Twitter. And you've also got my official webpage, which is matt-burns.co.uk.
Yeah.
Just so you know, everybody.
Is Paige a lesbian?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, I'll hold you up to that. I'm sorry, folks. I'll let Matt carry on now.
Slightly distracting. Well, let me just say this, folks. If you do have any questions, please, you're more than welcome to ask us. Listen, if there's any topics you want us to cover, we will cover it. But I will say this. There is one prediction for the Burning Truth. In 2015, we will most likely, end of the year, have an actual proper award ceremony. Because we've actually been going for over a year. And most likely, possibly, see how far this goes. See, you know. So like we said, if you've got any subjects, throw them at us. We do not, listen, normally in the past, I've been terrified of this. And my colleague has gone, give us any subjects. Now...
Yeah, he normally shies away and go, you can answer that.
You can answer that. No, I've now come to a point where if you've got any hard-hitting questions, throw them at us. It could be on CM Punk, who's currently being disowned by the WWE.
I'm close enough by me.
What?
I'm close enough being disowned by me.
I thought he had been disowned by you.
Yeah, he's...
I think the only reason why he hasn't been disowned is because of his wife.
No. I could break his wife.
Oh, funny. Well, you know, we can cover a lot of stuff. You know, if you want to just cover the Alberto Del Rio incident, we'll cover it. Mention any subject you want us to cover. We will be happy to cover it. But do give us a bit of notice so if we don't know much about it, we can at least get some research in, and we will make sure to try to make sense of it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, you've covered everything quite well. So
even with me groggy voice.
Yeah, so that's it for the Burning Truth in 2014. We hope you have a safe, but have a couple of drinks on New Year. All the best for 2015, and we'll speak to you soon.
We'll see you in the new year. So for myself and my colleague Nathan Goff, this has been the Burning Truth. We will see you in 2015. Stay safe, watch your local wrestling, and have a good time.